Howdy, future me. Did you forget how to snap together laminate flooring again? Don't worry, I'll show you. Stick this side in first. Make sure your gap is appropriate. Then you push this side all the way in. We're all the way in there. We're all the way in there. I'm holding up just slightly. And now I'm going to tappy tap tap it in. Real gentle. This one's actually being a little difficult. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Where are we out? We're out right here. Means this gap, or this joint right here, wasn't completely flush. Tap there. It's not going in too much. I think I chose the absolute worst one to demo this on. There we go. We're in now. Now I'll bring you in close for a little more detailed explanation of what I just did. So what this side looked like was, we're going in about like that. So I'm bracing my hand on the floor just because it makes it a little bit easier to do precise movements. And then I'm sliding this in to about right there. So if you look at this gap, that's about 1 millimeter or so. It's very small. If you go out too far, you'll bind on this side. If you go in too far, you'll bind along the long side. So you want just a little bit of a gap, about right there. And then when you snap the other side in, well, you're not really snapping it in, you're just setting it there. You can see that there's just a little bit of separation here, but not enough to pull it out of the joint. So we're gonna bring it up just a little bit. Tappy tap tap. We tap this out just a little bit from the vibration. We'll tap that in. And then I'll move on, and that looks pretty good. And now for the long side perspective, slot in the short side, a little bit of a gap. Now what I'm doing here is I'm making sure this is flat, and then I'm sticking this side, this very corner here, into the groove. So that's tight, and then as we go further down, it gets more and more of a gap. Hold it up a bit. Tapping, tap, tap. Not too bad. Now, a thought that may arise is you're tapping right here on this super fragile edge. You could break that. And you're absolutely right. You could. Here's the thing. This is a dead blow hammer. You could use a rubber mallet, but dead blows seem to do a lot less damage, at least from my limited experience. And even if you do break one, oh no, I broke it. What am I gonna do? You just move on. It's fine. You've only lost a small percentage of your total holding power across the entire side. It's not a big deal. As long as you don't damage the piece structurally, or you nick the top of it in some way, just keep going. It's not gonna hurt it. Small side in. Seam down flush, push the right side in, tappy tap tap, and there you go. Small side in, slight gap, flush with the existing floor, push the right side in, lift up slightly. Oh, got a mistake here. We didn't make sure this was flush. Tappy tap tap. And there we go. Well, after I tap this piece in. Tappy tap tap the piece that we let come out a little bit. Make sure we're good and tight. And then we can put our next piece in, which is this one. This one's not a joint. It's not hard. But you still want to make sure you're tapping in all these joints right on the face of them. Makes things straighter. And just like that, you have no excuse not to do this stuff yourself. You know how to do it. I just showed you. Hopefully that helped.